What is up, guys? In yesterday's video I made a tier list for low elo, which heroes are the best in Overwatch 2. Basically it's just for like really low elo and up until plat elo, and also for new players. But in this video I'm actually gonna address the high elo, and that is arguably gonna be diamond till top 500. Now I have to say diamond is kind of like a middle gray area. I don't feel like it's low elo, I don't feel like it's high elo either. So this is mostly like for master and above, but I'm just gonna assume you know exactly what to do with your hero. So let's get started into the video. We're gonna start off with D.Va. I mean, she's not getting nerfed for nothing. D.Va is an easy S tier, and it's a character that I actually placed in B tier for low elo because people just don't know how to utilize her properly. But for high elo, she's definitely S tier, one of the best tanks you can pick right now. Now, Zenyatta is very different. In low elo, I actually placed Zenyatta in C tier, because he dies very easy. Like, your positioning is very important. But if you are like a diamond or above player, I'd say maybe master and above player, Zenyatta is also easy S tier. This guy does so much damage. So much damage. Like, it's actually crazy. Just as long as your positioning is good, Zenyatta is super strong. Now I'm gonna put Bastion in D tier for now, together with Torbjorn, because I haven't played these characters. Like, they have just been enabled in ranked. They have been disabled for a while, so I can't really say too much about these characters yet. As of like, I have not played them yet. Moving on to Winston. Winston, easy S tier, and this is actually a tank that was also in the S tier for lower elo. But like in higher elo, like, I don't have to tell you how to play Winston. I don't have to say, yeah, you have to play Winston in dive or against certain comps, or like when you get countered as Winston by like a D.Va Reaper, you have to swap and go like Ryan or whatever. Like, I don't have to say these things, but like, Winston is an easy S tier in my opinion. Now, someone who's really hard to place is McCree. Because he received a lot of hate by the pros, because he lost his stun, and as a replacement, he actually got a sticky nade. This is kind of hard, because usually McCree will be easy S tier with his stun. Be easy S tier, like, if you can hit your shots, everyone knows, like, everyone has played against a really dominant McCree, where you just can't move anything. Like, you are, for example, you are Genji or you're Pharah, you just get instant shot off the air. But the thing is, without his stun, like, I'm a real big fan of his sticky nade. Like, I actually think he's really good as like assassinating people right now. It's like one body shot and a nade and will kill you as a squishy. But I think we have to move him into the A tier, because I feel like there are other characters that just do his job better. Moving on to Sigma. I'm really not a big fan of this character. I don't think he is as good as the other tanks. Like, you have to keep in mind that all the tanks are broken compared to other heroes, right? Like, if you're gonna put an Orisa against a soldier or whatever, the Orisa is always gonna win, because she actually count, like, all the tanks count for 2. That's why it's very easy to put them in high tiers. But I really don't like Sigma, so I'm actually gonna just put him in B tier. And just because he's a tank, he will get like not a C or a D tier or whatever. Because yeah, all the things are broken. Like, you have to keep that in mind. Now, another character that I actually put in the dog tier. This wasn't D tier. I'm actually gonna change that again. This is not dog. This is dog tier. I actually put Widowmaker in dog tier for low elo. I said, never pick this character, please, for the love of God, unless you're global in CS. But in high elo, this character is easy S tier, like, easy. This is such, like, oh my god, a really good Widowmaker is so oppressive to play against. Like, you have to swap your comp to counter her, or you're just gonna instantly lose. Like, there's so much pressure an insanely good Widowmaker has. It's actually crazy. Now, moving on to Orisa. Well, like I said, I think all the tanks are broken. So I think Orisa is also an easy S tier, because, like, she's just broken. Like, all the tanks are broken. Like, Orisa is, like, so unkillable compared to the other tanks. Like, you can almost not kill her without Discord, or with like killing the healers first. You cannot kill this character. Moving on to Baptiste. I think Baptiste is definitely not bad. He is played in a decent amount of games. I'm just gonna put Baptiste in A tier. I'm not gonna put him in S tier. But yeah, it just depends basically on the comp you're playing and how you want to play. But Baptiste definitely not a bad character. Now moving forward to Ashe. Ashe is actually a better version of McCree right now, in my opinion, and I'm saying that as a McCree main. Because Ashe, her damage fall off is so much less, but she's also harder to play, in my opinion. And her playstyle is like more like a sniper. So I'm not really a fan of playing her because like I like the playstyle of McCree. But yeah, her damage fall off compared to McCree is just, you can't even compare it. Like McCree, as soon as you're 10 meters away from someone, your shots do no damage. And like Ashe will do damage way beyond that. Then moving on to Genji. Genji is really broken at the moment. Like if you're a good Genji, you're gonna have a fun time. Genji has already been nerfed, I think, twice now. And he's still really, really, really good. So easy pickup. Same for Sojourn. New character. Super, super strong right now. Like a bit overtuned. I'm not a fan of playing her, but I know she's just like really broken right now. She's really, really, really strong for higher ELOs. Like even for lower ELOs. Because you have to see it like this. She does a lot of consistent DPS. She's very mobile. And then she also has like the Hanzo aspect of getting like picks, which is really rare for that. Like imagine being Soldier. It's harder for Soldier to get picks like by landing his right click or whatever than it is for Sojourn, for example. Now moving on to Zarya. Easy S tier as well. I don't think I have to explain too much. She's just really good ult. Yeah, bubbles are really strong right now. She does a shitload of damage if you give her energy. Yeah, just very easy S tier. Now the next character is Junker Queen. I have not played Junker Queen a lot, and I've seen mixed results. I don't feel like Junker Queen is as strong as all the things that are in S tier. I don't feel like she's as strong, but I also am surprised by how good she is sometimes, because she actually does so much damage. She acts more like a Doomfist in a way where she's like a DPS bruiser kind of character. So just because I don't know too much about her, and I've seen some success with her, but I've also seen a lot of like bad plays with her, I'm just gonna put her in A tier for now, but I'm not really sure. Like she could be S tier, she could be B tier. I don't really know. So I'm just gonna put her in A tier. Then a next character that was also in S tier for lower ELO is gonna be Moira. I feel like Moira is just really, really solid. Like, does a lot of DPS, can assassinate backline, heals for a shitload, very mobile, very good ult. Yeah, not really much to say about her. Then moving on to Mercy. I am really not a big fan of Mercy right now. I think I put Mercy in C tier for lower ELOs. But like, if you're a Mercy main and you're duo queuing with like a very good DPS, I feel like Mercy could be like A tier. But I'm gonna put her in B tier because, like, I'm not gonna assume you're duo queuing with like insane McCree and insane Ashe or like an insane Pharah. Then next character is Mei. Mei is really good at the moment, but only in certain scenarios. So I'm gonna put Mei in A tier right now because she's really good at holding certain points, and also if you have to push people off payload in overtime, her ulti is really, really good for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna give Mei A tier. Now, Hanzo, I gave Hanzo A tier in low ELO. I am gonna give Hanzo, I think B tier in the higher ELOs. Because Hanzo can occasionally be good, and if you're Rexu, like this character is S tier. But yeah, Hanzo is pretty... It's harder to get free picks in higher ELO than it is in lower ELO. Now, another new character that's completely broken is Kiriko. My god, this character is so good against dive. It's so hard to kill, mobile, can flank you, does insane DPS, and her ulti is crazy. So yeah, this is an easy S tier for Kiriko as well. I think I want to do the same for Lucio. I think Lucio is also S tier. Depending on which map, depending on which comp, but I think Lucio is definitely S tier. But just like don't play Lucio within certain comps. But like if you're playing dive, for example, with a Winston, Lucio is amazing. Now Reaper is in a... Reaper is like a... I put Reaper in S tier, I think, for lower ELO. but he's like in an interesting spot where he's just used as a like a main counter. So I'm gonna put Reaper in A tier because he's mostly used as like a counter for dive in higher elos. But of course you can also use him into Hog or whatever, and Reaper can be used very well. But imagine playing like Reaper against a really good Ashe or McCree, you're not gonna have a good time. But like Reaper can also counter a Widowmaker if the Widowmaker, but like if the Widowmaker is really good, you're gonna instantly die when you shade onto her. Ana. Man, oh my god, there's a lot of people in S tier in higher ELO. My goodness. I feel like Ana is also in S tier. I just feel like Ana's really, really strong, really solid. Her nano boost is really solid. Her anti-nades are really solid, yeah. It's just a really, really good character. Soldier is kind of a hard one to place because I'm not really a big fan of him right now, but if you pair Soldier with Kiriko, it's really strong. Like, for example, if you put, like, you pop your visor, and you also have a Kiriko ult on you, you're basically going to have a nano-boosted Soldier. So it's very, very, very strong. But I am going to put him in A tier, because I feel like he's strong, but he's not to the level of the other S tier characters alone. Now, this is a character, Junkrat is a character I put in S tier for last video, for the lower elos. Because Junkrat in the lower elos is just like, such a pain in the ass. Like, such a pain. It's so hard to deal with a good Junkrat in lower elos. But in higher elos, it's so easy. Like, imagine you have a Widow, a good Ashe, like even a good Genji or a good Winston, like any one of these S tier characters, or even A tier characters, they're just gonna instantly kill him. Junkrat may still be decent in some parts of the map, like the end of King's Row, maybe even the start of King's Row, I guess. But like at some spots, he's gonna be okay, decent. That's why I am gonna put him in B tier right now. Because he's like, if there weren't like the niche spots where you could play Junk, I'm putting him in C tier, which is a big difference from S tier and lower elos. But I'm gonna put him in B tier, just because he's in the high, like in the peak of the game. He's very easy to deal with. He gives Zarya energy. He's not a good pick. He's just not a good pick in higher elos. Same goes for Symmetra. I give Symmetra an S tier and lower elo, or maybe an A tier. I'm not sure, because lower elo players don't know how to deal with her. Well, like, if I see an enemy Symmetra as McCree, I just click on her twice and she dies. It's so easy to kill her. Like, or you're playing Winston, you jump on her, she dies. She dies to everything. But in lower elos, people don't have the coordination to deal with her. So I'm also going to put her in B or maybe even C tier. I think I'm going to put Symmetra in C tier for the lower elos. Just because, in the higher elos, sorry. Just because she's so easy to deal with. Like, she's really, really, really niche when she works. And this is a big difference because she used to be really good on Hanamura, where you could just like teleport to point. But Hanamura is not in the map pool anymore. So I'm just going to put her like in an overall state of like payload pushing or whatever. In like the peak elos, she's very, very, very useless in my opinion. Like, if you're like a Symmetra one trick, okay, maybe you can move her to B or like A tier, but I'm just assuming just a standard game. Now, Tracer is someone I put in dog tier, I think, for the lower elos. But if you're a Tracer main, yeah, I don't have to tell you how annoying Tracer is. Tracer is an easy S tier, even though I have to say her bomb being nerfed and doing less damage is a real problem though, because right now her bomb does 200 damage. Like, her ulti doesn't even one-shot McCree anymore, and I feel like McCree bomb is easier to hit, lower cooldown, and almost does the same damage. So I'm not sure why they nerfed Tracer bomb from 600 damage to 200 damage. Maybe she gets it faster, I don't know, I don't play Tracer. But I know, like, a very good Tracer in, like, very high elo is going to be very strong. So I'm going to put her in S tier. Now, the next character that actually surprised me a lot is gonna be Ball. Like, I thought Ball was one of the worst tanks. But then you see a good Ball, and holy crap, that guy's unkillable. I am considering moving him to S tier, but I think I'm gonna put him in A tier for now because you just don't see enough good Balls. Like, you don't see it often where a Ball can solo carry, but if you're good with Ball, he's definitely S tier. But I'm just gonna put him in A tier for now. But like, keep in mind, he might deserve a spot in S tier in my opinion. Now, the next character is Hog. I gave Hog an easy S tier in the lower ELOs, and I'm gonna give Hog an easy B or C tier. I think we're gonna give him C tier in higher ELO. He just soaks ult. Like, you can just farm ult on him. And if you have like a Zen or an Ana, he can't do anything. So I'm just gonna give Hog C tier. Even though he was S tier in the lower ELOs, in the higher ELOs, people are not gonna get hooked as easy, or unless you're like a god, or like Hog. Maybe you can pick against like a Winston or something, but no, Hog is not very good. Next character that was also an S tier in lower ELO is Reinhardt. I don't think I have to explain. Now the next two are actually a big difference. Pharah was an easy S tier in the lower ELOs and is an easy. Depending if you're being if you're not mercy pocketed, she's in dog tier. If you're being mercy pocketed, maybe she's B or C. I'm just gonna put Pharah in dog tier because I don't want like to assume you have a pocketed mercy with you. But if you are playing against a top 500 Ashe, Sojourn, maybe not Sojourn, Widowmaker, McCree, you are not gonna stay in the air. You are not going to stay in the air. And, like, if they're smart, they're going to get a Discord on you as well, that you're just, like, instantly dead. So, Pharah is in dog tier. Now, someone else, Echo. Actually, I put Pharah in S tier for the lower ELO, and I put Echo in, I think, B tier, because she was harder to play. But I actually think in the higher ELOs, Echo is better than Pharah. So, I think I'm going to keep Echo in B tier. Because Echo can really be strong, but you don't see her that often. Like, for the same reason, she gets shot out of the air way too easy, so I'm gonna put her in B tier, unfortunately. Next character, Sombra. I mean, I put Sombra in S tier for lower ELO, and I'm gonna put her in S tier for higher ELO, just because she's so brain dead easy to play. You just hack a health pack, you put your teleporter there, you go to the enemy backline, you hack someone, you shoot them, they shoot you back, you teleport back, rinse and repeat. It's so easy to play. It's so boring in my opinion. I really hate this character. I like the hack the hack gameplay is just so annoying. I like thank God they changed their hack where it's not like few seconds anymore, because it was just not fun. Like, you get hacked at the start of the fight, then you get EMP, and then you get hacked again. And I play Doomfist. You can't do anything for like 10 seconds straight. It's horrible. It's so super anti-fun. I feel like Sombra should be removed from the game. Next character, Brigitte. I put her in B tier for lower ELO. I'm gonna put her in B tier, maybe even C tier for. Yeah, I'm gonna put Brigitte in C tier. I think, unless you're like able to play goats or whatever, and I don't have to explain goats to you because you're not low ELO players. Unless you're playing goats or whatever in like open queue, this character doesn't really do anything compared to the other like S tier healers, you know. And then my favorite character of all, if you watch the other video, you know I played this character the most. This is my absolute main. And for low ELO, I actually put Doomfist in dog tier. And for high ELO, I'm actually still gonna put him in dog tier because Doomfist is so bad right now. He's so bad. My favorite character is so goddamn awful. I can't believe they actually made him from a DPS to a tank, but I'm not gonna go too much into that. Like, okay, it happens, but at least give this character like any sort of damage. He doesn't do any damage, and he instantly dies. He's so squishy. Like, compare him to Orisa. Orisa does more damage and is like unkillable, and Doomfist does nothing. He is maybe he's the worst character in the game right now. I'm pretty sure he's the worst character in the game. If you have more insights on certain characters, feel free to let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Peace.
I've got 8 bad bitches, but my bitch down. Everything I do is going south. Why do I bring these toxic bitches to my house? Keep on telling me I'm fine, yeah. Get in line, yeah. I've got